Hi everybody, this is a video overview of this knife. And this knife is a Shirogorov Neon. This is I think this is the smallest of the Shirogorovs. The blade length is just over 3 inches. I think it's like 3¼ inches. And the knife runs S90V steel. It has a titanium frame lock with a lock bar insert. It runs on bearings. Obviously it's a flipper. It has a sculpted titanium pocket clip. To be frank, it's the smoothest knife I've ever handled. The idea that there are grades of flippers is something that I totally agree with. I think that there are certain knives that just flip much, much better than others. And as far as I've handled, this knife flips as well as any other production knife out there. This knife was sent to me by a reader for a week loaner, so I'm not going to be able to beat the crap out of it and give it a full review, but I will give it a video overview and then I'll use it and see what I think and put up some comments. The knife itself is very thin. I was shocked to see how thin this was. I mean, most of the Shirogorovs out there, and I think most people's impressions of Shiro, this is in comparison to the DPX Hest Urban, is that they are these big beastly knives. And in fact, this is an elegant and slim knife by all accounts. There's a very subtle drop point to the blade shape. The grind is immaculate. The edge is sticky sharp. And I think that, let me see if I can show you this. This is really amazing. Look at that. I mean, the blade centering is dead on. The tip is just right there, giving you a really good blade to handle ratio. Everything is really, 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 really nice. I don't like this. I don't like the exposed rear tang up here. I wish they didn't have that. It's not that hard to fix. Boop. See? Look at that. And I also think that it gives you a little bit better grip in the hand, but it probably would cover up the flipper tab, which I don't really think is that big of a deal. I like the machining done on the handle. It's relatively smooth and subtle. There's nothing crazy going on here. The reality is this is a superbly made production knife, and this is a production Shirogorov. It is just simply superb. There is nothing I would criticize other than that little tang there. But in terms of fit and finish, in terms of flipping action, in terms of design, in terms of appearance, there's just nothing here that I would complain about at all. Even for a sculpted pocket clip, it has enough spring tension that it works as a regular pocket clip would. The knife feels great in the hand. Everything is smooth. There are relatively few hot spots. I like the knife a lot. I'm not sure if I would buy it if I were in the market for a knife like this. It is very, very nice. It's very well made, but it's super expensive. And while I do appreciate the Shirogorov name and the thin, slim profile of this knife, you know, coming in at $650, $700 is awfully expensive. Especially when I got so many knives. If I only had like 1 or 2 knives and I was like, I really need to save up and get one, this would definitely be on the list. It's really good. You know, it's one of the new knives, the hot knife. You know, it used to be the Hinderer, and now it's these guys, and I'm sure there are others that are out there. But in terms of hype, comparing it from, you know, hype to product, this is much closer to what I expected than like a Hinderer. I mean, Hinderers were just, the flipping action was terrible. I mean, they were well-built knives, they were overbuilt knives, but they just didn't feel like they were properly finished. Whereas this knife just feels amazing in the hand. This is a very, very well-made knife. Look at this little lanyard hole. It's kind of cool. So it looks like it doesn't have a lanyard hole, but if you tilt the knife close, let's see if I can get the camera to focus. There you go. So you kind of just feed the lanyard in at an angle, and it pops out the other side, and it's sort of hidden out of the way. Very interesting way to save some space, to keep the knife from being too tall, but at the same time give you a lanyard nonetheless. So, if you get a chance and you're in the market, these Shirogorovs, if this is a representation of the whole line, these knives are really extraordinary, just extraordinary. By the way, there's a really cool little bear logo. Really nice knives, very, very well made, very good flipping action. Probably the best flipping action on any folder, on any production knife I've ever seen. Also, watch. So if you let's see, squeeze, squeeze, still comes out. So ZT, you can fix your lock bar and still have a smooth flipping knife. When you get a chance, take a look at a Shirogorov. They're really wonderful. I'm going to be putting up a video or a written analysis of this knife. I probably don't have it long enough to do a real review, but this is really an extraordinary blade. Whether it's worth the money or not is probably something you'd have to determine on your own, but there's really nothing that there's here to complain about, and everything else is top shelf. The S90D steel is good, very, very good. I just don't have anything bad to say about it. It's a great knife. It's a little pricey, but it's a great knife.